So my name is Avia Vulpes. I'm a relatively new tech-focused VTuber, and this is part 2 of my Sea King model kit build. Alright, so yeah, last time I got all of this done, so as you got all of the first page of instructions completed. So now on step 10, looks like today we're doing more of the interior and some of the cockpit as well, and then potentially, depending on how far we can get, starting to look at some of the fuselage too. So it should be some good progress. So yeah, one thing to note, I'm in long sleeves today because the weather in the UK is a lot cooler than it was a week or two ago, so yeah, it's come down quite a bit. Right, get all my tools out and everything. I guess I'll just get straight into it. So the first part is B4. This through right away. Yep, that's the one there. He's painting 64, which is this one. I might give that a bit more of a mix. It's been set up for a week after all. So yeah, I wasn't really sure if I was even going to bother with this stream today, whether I was just going to cancel it and leave it until next week to do, because basically yesterday, at the end of the Command & Conquer stream, my voice was really struggling a lot. Basically, so I'm a very quiet person, IRL. I'm not one to really talk much, and it seems that years and years of doing that has left my voice in a state where it just can't really talk that well. And I'm doing this side. And so yeah, one thing I have noticed since I started streaming is that my voice does really struggle after a couple of hours. And yesterday, I did have to really strain it to actually just speak at the end of the stream. So this morning I woke up with a sore throat. It's been a little sore all day really. In fact, even now it's still a little bit sore, so yeah, I wasn't really sure if I was going to be doing this or not. I'll touch up a bit, paint on the edges here. The glue kind of set on there, but it didn't go fully down, so where's my laptop? The stream on turned off. Just come out slightly. So yeah, I've got my laptop on in front of me and just turned off, which you shouldn't do when it's plugged in, but I think for some reason it didn't register that it was plugged in. Anyway, that's actually almost dry now. So I'll start prepping the other bits. I think I need to worry about the back side of this, because this is going to be, I believe, yeah, the rear bulkhead as it closes off the tail section, so you're never going to see anything further back from that. So based on the way this is set up, there's a slot on the top there. I'm guessing that the notch in there goes in there. So basically go in, should go in like this. Except it's not. I'm going to file this down slightly. And it could also be that it's the other bit that's too big. Yeah, it still doesn't want to go in. Difficult to really tell where it's not fitting properly. Sure, just looking at it when it's going through. Those aren't as wide as the slots, so it's got to be like this side. Sounds like a little V-shape, which should hopefully make it a bit easier to get it in. Still needs to do more. It is going to go. I don't know what else to do at this stage, or I might just do have a bit of glue on here and get the glue open. Hold it in place. I can use the little platform on the back to actually hold it there in the right position. My glue stick. Switch along so that will then hold in place now. So as I close that up before it dries out. As that's in place, I'll get a bit more on the underside as well, just to hold that in. Do you know what? Nope. We do it now, actually. Don't need to be precise with this one because it's not structural. Well, it's structural, but it's not visible. Is a better word. Leave it on there, hopefully that will hold. Seems like it's holding. We'll wait for that to dry. So we're on step 11. So we're at one of the seats now, spruce C. So that's going to be this one. Up at the end, which is going to be that large gap there. We just cut through this then. There's a little sand on the edge. Really that flashing. A little bit more. Okay. So that needs to be painted 64 as well. Start with the sides. Yeah, I might as well paint all of it. I don't think the outside's actually going to be seen at all, but might as well be thorough. And hold it in position. The seat bases as well. So leave that for a bit to dry. We'll wait for that. We're just going to do the same again with the other seats. Nearly took off a part. Yeah, I don't need that one just yet. That's scene 9 there. Yeah. There's one of the antennas with the outside, so not really doing that one until a lot later. And then same again. Cut through here. discard the smaller part. You know what? That one I can get away with no sanding on. Let's go straight into painting then. You may wonder actually, because it's all just the same grey colour apart from the one seat that's in there. Is that actually the colours that it was in? Would this be more like a kind of olive drab? So I'm guessing they didn't want to include too many paints in the set. Yeah, it does make me wonder if I wanted to do like a more accurate version. Or I should change the colours perhaps. And as it is, I'm not overly worried it's going to be shoved in a display cabinet. So it doesn't have to look too perfect, just, yeah, just good enough. This one's dry already, so I'll get the try and do the legs. Yeah, really got my fingers covered in paint. Let me just get a drink quick. So yeah, but so I got the new tools. So I picked these up, just some pipettes. So hopefully this should make measuring stuff to like the decal fix a lot easier. Also picked these up, so these are brushes with various sizes on, so hopefully I can do a lot more precise stuff going forwards. I don't know, I probably won't need those brushes for this build, but hopefully some of the future ones, they'll come in handy. Okay, that one wants the second coat. Whereas this one could do with a second coat as well. The on the bases specifically. I was just seeing on the instructions, so step 13 is going to be where these seats go in. Actually, that needs more paint as well. Interestingly, these are all grey too. Yeah, 85, so that's interesting that all the ones in the rear are grey. So hopefully this will be all I need for the seats. I'll still need to do the underside of that one. Just touch this up. I mean, that's on there now. That's definitely welded. They're actually the same length. They are as well. So it doesn't really matter which one goes where. I think this one is supposed to be on this side. You see the dots where the legs are supposed to go in. Still really warped, but I think I can correct this once I get it mounted to the actual fuselage. So yeah, the display cabinet I've got to put all of these in, just an IKEA display cabinet. But what I've done is mounted LED lights on the inside, just on one side on the doors. There's one LED strip on it. It's like in two halves. And yeah, on the inside strip is right by the door. It's just 5 volt LED strips, you know, simple one. Actually, no, I think it's 12 volt. So I've got a 12 volt wall plug that powers it all. No control unit. I don't think it's even RGB. I think it's just pure white colour. Yeah, it's just multi-leveled. That's where I got the Hawk, and then that I've built so far. That's where the Sea King's going to go in. Yeah, it does look really nice when it's lit up. It's a very big difference between being lit up and not lit up, even though it is glass fronted. And it's all white inside, which should reflect the light really well, but yeah, you do need a bit of extra lighting in there. The other parts ready, I guess. So G20 is that one. I'm guessing that one's C3, which is the other seat that I need. And then G24, which is this piece here. So these all need to go same grey colour as well. And I also need to paint the underside of this. maybe the same tactic, just a piece at a time. I'll wait for those to get ready for the second coat. Or the next bit of painting. I should be able to get this one in. Even more or less dry. So this should be in this bit here. How am I going to glue this? I think it's going to have to be toothpick time. I could do actually run a line like that. Gently dab part in the glue. And then carefully align it with the holes. And that should go in there. And hopefully that will just go in place like that. I need to leave it this way so I actually see the alignment of it. Seems to be holding pretty well though. I'm going to do a second undercoat on that one. Let's do the underneath of these. Even though it's never realistically going to be seen. And do the underneath these with another coat. I need to get a first coat on this as well. So yeah, something I have been thinking about that I probably do need to get at some point is some sort of model clamps that I can just put parts on so I'm painting without actually getting my fingers all paint covered. It's one thing I don't have yet. I mean, eventually I want to get a an airbrush and a spray booth. Just a small portable one, but yeah, it's not something I've already got around to getting yet. So I'm going to do the same trick with this chair. Seems to be holding pretty well. You can see now where the door is going to be. It says right in there. You're going to have 2 more chairs in here, and then this thing here, which I'm guessing like a life raft or something. You can see how just compact it actually is. You've got plenty of seating, I guess, for casualties, and then that must be where the cameras are operated from. And storage up here. Another 2 more jump seats there, and the door into the flight deck. You'd obviously have 2 pilots sitting. We'll do again the sides of these ones, these chairs done. Actually, that one's... yeah, I got the sides thoroughly painted. Wait for those to try now. Something I'm quite excited for now. I was actually fast approaching. I completely forgot I was actually approaching for a while. It's the Royal International Air Tattoo, or RIAT. Next weekend. Yeah, it starts next Friday and then finishes on Sunday. Yeah, it's my first time going since I think 2006. So yeah, I want to go to slightly more air shows because I've done Farnborough quite a few times. But yeah, not really much else other than that. So yeah, it'd be good to get to go to RIAT. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of good stuff there. Obviously a lot of military stuff because it's mostly military focus. Being based at RAF Fairford, which is it's an RAF air base that's used by the US Air Force. I know they've got U2s there at the moment. I think B-52s are based out there as well. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff there. Okay, now he's set in. That's good. Another air show I've been thinking of going to, well, I say air show. One of them I've seen on YouTube quite a few times that I want to really check out is Aero Friedrichshafen, which is obviously in Germany. It's the largest general aviation focused. See, I don't know if air show is really the right word for it. It's like it's a trade show really. It's where all the manufacturers show off their latest stuff. And yeah, it's the largest in the world that's focused on general aviation, which is what I grew up with. I was flying a light aircraft from a young age. In fact, I've flown solo before I actually flew in an airliner for the first time. So when you say aviation to me, I always think about small aircraft. So yeah, I might see if probably my family members want to go, because I'm from a family of avgeeks, so no short of it, people interested in aviation, and looking at it, actually, I don't think it's going to be that expensive to get to go. Especially if there's a couple of us sharing an apartment or something together. But most likely, flight-wise, would be from, I think when I was looking, the best option seemed to be with Lufthansa from London to Frankfurt, and then Frankfurt down to Friedrichshafen. Yeah, I think that's usually in the middle of April every year. But another one I wouldn't mind checking out as well is eBase, European Business Aviation and Convention and Expo. That looks like should be a good one as well, but that's obviously more focused on private, corporate stuff. So yeah, Gulfstreams and Dassault Falcons and Boeing business jets, Airbus corporate jets, those sorts of stuff. A lot of helicopters as well there. That's in Geneva in Switzerland. Yeah, I don't know when I'd like to go to that one potentially. Probably not for quite a few years, but again, should all be very interesting to go to. I think this one's supposed to go into here. Probably stopping just where those dots are. I believe that one's there. That should be going pretty well. So next up, I'll grate more of these small bits for the front. Probably arguably the fiddliest bits of all as well, because I've got all the controls to do. The collectives, the cyclics, and the anti-torque pedals, but so this is all sprue A. There's all these bits, I guess. These are all going black, so I'm going to get these painted up now. Let's mix these up a bit more, just in case. Yeah, in terms of Airshows, obviously the one I'd really love to go to at some point is Oshkosh, because I don't think there's an avgeek out there that doesn't want to go to Oshkosh. I'm kind of debating about how to do that, whether to just, just go there, or, because I've seen all the videos about the Fisk arrival, whether to wait until I've got an aircraft and then maybe see about either flying transatlantic, like popping across from Scotland to Iceland to Greenland to Canada, and then flying in, actually properly doing it, camping out and everything, or whether to just go over there as just an ordinary visitor. So it's quite a way for me to obviously go. All of these are black. I think I was looking, it seemed like it might be the best option. Would be probably to get closer. So I could go with could go straight from London to I think Chicago. It's like the nearest major airport. So that's okay, there's just something else. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, London to Chicago, and then kind of like get a shuttle bus from there. I think it's like a 90-minute journey. Or a bit closer than that is Milwaukee. But I think to get there I'd have to, I think I was looking, it'd be Air Canada to probably Toronto, I think it was, and then out from there on Air Canada again to Milwaukee, and there's like a 45-minute shuttle ride from there. Whether Oshkosh is going to be an expensive place to visit, so yeah, probably will be Friedrichshafen first. We'll definitely do it in Farnborough next year. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind doing Paris at some point. Obviously, Paris is a bit of an issue right now, but the Paris Air Show is we've had just the other week. Saw Stephen Drury did a video showing off Paris because it was his first time there, and that was pretty interesting. I mean, I think it's a lot of the same stuff you get at Farnborough normally, but definitely be interested to see how different it is. I need to get some more water quick. The camera's a bit skew today for the vtuber tracking, so it's a bit over the place. I'm looking forward to when I got the interior done of this, because it would be nice to get to the exterior. To be fair, I think we can get to, I think we'll probably get past 23 today. There's not really a whole lot left to do on this. It's kind of a bit fiddly, but getting all the parts pre-painted now, and then it's just should have blast to assembly pretty quick. It's purposely these two go in there. can be interesting to see how everything assembles with it all warped like that. It does make me wonder whether I should have just contacted Airfix and asked for a new part. Well, all the new parts for the bits I've already glued on, and then carried on from there. Oh well, I'm committed now. Let's just get the other side done now. While I'm painting these, we're having a little talk about helicopter controls, because they're a bit different from fixed wing, which is what I'm used to. I've never actually flown in a helicopter before. So on fixed wing aircraft, you got your control stick or control yoke, depending on how the aircraft is configured for controls. And you've obviously got your throttle, and you've got rudder pedals that handle your helicopter. They're different. You've got cyclic, which is the equivalent of your control stick, but operates in a slightly different way. You've got your collective, which has a throttle on it. Typically, it depends on the aircraft and how it's configured. And then you've got your anti-torque pedals, which is not rudder pedals. Yeah, they all operate slightly differently. Because the cyclic, it's normally a fixed wing aircraft, you'd move the stick and then it should more or less return to centre, because the controls all want to be balanced. With a helicopter, the cyclic, well, you'll move it somewhere and then it should just stay there. There shouldn't be any pressure trying to push it back. And then obviously the collective, very different to a fixed wing aircraft, because with the fixed wing you just got your throttle to under your power setting, and then that's it. With the helicopter you got the collector, which changes the rotor pitch, because you pull your collective up, change it one way, change the rotor blades one way, and you down, change it the other way, and that basically adjusts how much lift the rotors are giving. And yeah, some helicopters, simpler ones, it's automatically bound to the engines, to the throttle setting, so it'll automatically adjust it for you, I believe. For more complex helicopters, you'll have to manually adjust it. And usually there's like a twist grip on the collective itself to do that. And yeah, your anti-torque pedals, so cool because helicopters don't have rudders. They have the rotor blades on the back, which is basically counteract the torque from the engine and stop the aircraft from spinning, which will only do at slow speeds. Once the aircraft's at higher speeds, it'll actually stabilise itself much like a fixed wing. This is part of why helicopters like to actually take off going forwards rather than just lifting straight up. Basically reduces the load on the engine and helps to give an extra lift, and just basically makes the whole thing a lot safer. I'm going to get this sprue away for now because I don't need those parts just yet, and they're still. I'm going to give them a bit more time to dry. Do need these 2 parts though. Just need more paint because that's the inside. Yeah, I can feel my voice going. Right, so I can press through these. There we go. So we'll work out to try a bit more. So there's nothing we'll talk about is, so last time I talked about wanting to be a pilot and saving up for flight school and that. I'm actually kind of getting a head start on it. Not so much talking about the saving side of things, but on the training side of things, what I've started doing is buying up all of the flight training books for ground school. So I've already got all 5 of the AFE ones, but I've now started getting the Pulleys ones. Partly just so I guess have everything, because I bought the AFE ones years ago. Yeah, it means I've basically got both sets, so whichever one the flight school uses, I'll be able to have. But more importantly, the reason why I'm buying the Pulleys ones now is because they have ebook versions, which is very useful for me because it means I can then easily read them during my lunch break at work. Because the problem is those books are quite thick. I don't want to be carrying them around at work with me, especially as I need to go walk off to the local co-op to get my lunch every day. So it's very nice to just have it on my phone, just have it with me all the time. So literally right today actually, the second Pulleys book. So I've got the first one for the fixed wing. I'm going to buy the first one for the helicopter as well, just so, because if I can, I wouldn't mind getting both fixed wing and helicopter licenses. So I'm kind of just getting them all just to cover myself basically. Yeah, just started going through the second one now, which is all air law and meteorology. So yeah, I don't know how many years it's going to be before I start going through flight school, but at the very least I should hopefully have a head start on the ground school stuff. Although I dare say I'm going to need to reread it at some point. Because already there's some stuff I'm reading about the whole UK air law that yeah, some of it's things kind of being read but not necessarily being absorbed. Yeah, with the Pulleys ones there's 7 total I think, plus 2 helicopter ones. They've got 1H and 4H. So basically one which is the flight, all your flying lessons basically, and how all the exercise you have to go through for your practical skills. All the fixed wing and helicopter variants of that. And then number 4 is, I think, aircraft mechanics, as in how aircraft actually operate, and they got fixed wing and helicopter variants of that as well. But all the rest are the same. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that just slowly, like once a month, buying the book and ebook bundle. Just that way I've got the physical editions as well, just in case I want to use those. Then I've also got the ebook versions to read at work. Almost dry. I actually did start taking flying lessons years ago. About, it must be 8 years ago. Yeah, I basically saved up enough that I could afford to get my fixed wing private pilot's license. So I started doing that, found a local flying school and started having lessons, but unfortunately what ended up happening was I started to get quite stressed out from the commute to work, because I was still commuting by train to work at that point. And there were just so many delays and issues and stuff. Yeah, I realised that, because my initial plan was to get my pilot's license first, a private pilot license anyway, and then once I got that, save up for buying a home. But yeah, I kind of realised that all the commute and that was stressing me out, and I didn't have enough experience to be confident in getting a job elsewhere. So I think I was still barely a year into the job at that point. So ended up putting aside all the stuff I'd saved up and just committed it to buying a home instead. And unfortunately just not been able to afford flight school since then. But as I said last time, I do have a savings account now that I'm putting into each month. So we'll get there eventually, but yeah, it's going slowly. Could be done well in now. I've already needed freezers on this one. Let's see how well these fit in. Oh, they're actually slotting really well. Yeah, I have just taken a load of paint off though. Your trick for precise glue applications. Just see if I can get these in by hand, just to make sure I don't accidentally scratch any more paint off. This one's not going too well. I think it's about as well in. I'm going to get that. And then next I need to get these two. Nearly went flying. Make sure this one stays in place. There we go. These are going to go on. Oh, you're joking. I've done this wrong. These go up against the back. Right, more glue. But you know what? Gently tap the bottom of these in and then stick these in. And yeah, I see now the gaps in the side for the collective, and then these bits go in this gap. I think this goes this way around. There. I have to go this way around. So those are going like that. Luckily I got it before they were too welded in, otherwise that would have never come back out. Right, I need to do more paint on the seats because they're not completely even. So the next step then is getting those seats in place. Yeah, finish off the flight controls. And to be honest, I'm half tempted to just leave it there for tonight. Or we're going to continue on and try and get all of this over here done as well. So getting the control panel done and then it's on the interior, but I can feel my voice going, so yeah, I think around past I might, depending I guess on how quick I get all the rest of the interior done. I might just look in the corner of the stream there for today. Alright, let's get some glue on the these bits just to hold them in place. I might have to repaint these frames because almost all the black paint's gone on them, at least around the edges anyway. maybe in different sections. There's the not necessarily different parts, it's just all just two different bits that glues on. I thought it was always going to be one big bit that you just stick on the front, but no, there's two side bits on the top bit. Yeah, two sides and the top. Blimey, the entire door was clear as well. So there's a lot of bits to paint. We'll really carefully paint these bits. Same on here. I can get these off now. Got to glue these in place. I just hope I'm actually getting any glue on there. Okay, I think it's too dry now. Fresh bit of glue. First chair on. And do the same for the second one. There you go. So both in the right position now. I'm putting little bits of glue around the frame as well. It's just making sure there's not too much glue that's going to all seep out and get everywhere. It's going to be just enough to actually hold the parts in place. So next will be the cyclics, which are already painted. No, not cyclics, collectives. Be these two. See how I can do this. Actually, that's not bad for a first attempt. Need the choices to get it in there precisely, but that's really just about right. And then on this side. think that's about right. So those are the levers that change the rotor pitch, as I was saying. Pull them up to go up, push them down to go down, basically. So next up will be the cyclics. So these are what change your pitch and yaw. I believe the way these work is that there's, as the rotors are spinning round, there's like a plate the rotors spin on top of, and then as that changes pitch, that then changes the pitch of the rotors. Well, there's basically lever arms that go up and down, and then as that spins around, they'll move up and down as they go around around their turn. Hang on, why? I do not need these extra bits. Okay, these bits coming off can go. I guess that's just from the moulding. These are all injection moulded, so you'll see stuff like this where little bits coming off, and it's just basically part of them in the manufacturing making sure that they can get all the plastic everywhere it needs to go in an even fashion. Hopefully, yeah, that's just enough to put this down. I might have needed to stand off the bottom of those a bit, but they're in place. Should probably do with making sure they're. So a lot of this is warped, so I need to make sure they're perpendicular to the actual base, not the seats. When these all get straightened out, it should bring all proper alignment. Assuming I can't even get this straightened out. We'll see. Right, pedals next. To be honest, I think there's a right or wrong way for doing these. I think they're both very generic in the orientation. About as good as I'm going to get that. Get these ones in. Let's try and get the tweezers on this one. Probably done a bit of filing on the edges of these, just to make it a bit of a better fit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Where did my file go? Oh my god, this is so fiddly. Have we got enough wet glue still to get some on here and get this down? That's in. So actually that's pretty good going this stream, I think. The back plate on, 2 seats, these seats in the front, collectives, cyclic and anti-torque pedals. So actually made a lot of progress today. Not as much as I might have liked to, but what I might just do actually, which one is it on C? Just to finish off then, I'll get these painted, so I think these are the ones. 21. It's 22. So that's 17. Oh, there's 22. So I'll get these painted now just so they're all ready for next time. Because next time I've got to do the first decal. Just put it on the next layers, or the layers coming straight off. So we've got a few minutes to dry and then try and get it as painted as possible, just so I don't have to worry about it next time. Actually, one thing I do want to talk about quick. Last time I was talking about like dream helicopters. Well, in the last week, as I've been looking around, one thing I realised I missed out on that was the Leonardo helicopters, because I've really enjoyed, or did you like the look of their range? I was thinking about it, and I reckon actually I think an AWP 139 might be the ideal one for me. It's got really good range. I do really like the look of it. It's got plenty of space in the back, so I reckon you could comfortably get 7 people, like a nice VIP layout. So 4 movable chairs in the front, and then 3, like a bench seat of 3 in the back. Yeah, plus 2 more up front, obviously, so 9 people total. I think it's like 720 nautical mile range or something. That's like, yeah, pretty much most of the way across Europe. yeah, I mean, I do really like the Airbus 135 and 145. I do like the design of those, but yeah, the Leonardos are also really nice. I think overall, I say I like the Leonardo range better across the whole range that they offer. I think they're nicer looking. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's all just speculation and, you know, dream hanger at the moment. Still looking at several million to get hold of one of those, so not something I'm ever realistically expecting to achieve. And ourselves, you know, the 139s are operated by Bristow helicopters out of Norwich. They service all the wind farms. They're out in like the Wash area and that sort of place. So yeah, maybe an opportunity to buy them if I do get my license. Who knows? It'll pretty much all just be 139s out of Norwich or S92s, Sikorsky S92s out of Aberdeen. There's, yeah, really not much else around the UK for helicopter flying. Let's get another coat of paint on. Well, I'd knocked over the paint then. Luckily I hadn't. And then backside of this one's really going to matter, but might as well just in case. Actually, you know what? I might, is that at the top? That might actually be. Oh well, I'm going to paint it anyway. Might need another code, but I think I'll do that next time. So put that back in. And yeah, sorry if you're going a little bit shorter than the 2 hours I normally try and do, but like I said, my voice is really starting to go already. So yeah, streaming again on Monday. Don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing just yet. I'll figure something out. More Command & Conquer 3 on Wednesday, and then continuing on with this next Thursday. So same time as always, 8 PM UK. And other than that, not really much else to say at this point. I gave a pretty good overview of stuff at the end of last stream, so I guess I'm just gonna save my voice now and say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.